for. I think EPG are one of my favourites as well, but the Space Jam roster is very strong. They've got a lot of experience. Obviously, the El Patron, it's my and Fanat going back a fairly long time. But we're into the pistol round here. No special strats for EPG. They've got 5 armoured players. Bit of utility on Space Jam. Even a Molotov on Fanat Rocker towards middle. That's going to be dangerous. He's not got armour. These Glocks are already railing down onto him. He's going to be tagged, but peeks out onto Space. Spots him. Needs a bit of support here. Does have that highway control. But Kree's going to be shot in the back. And Fanat can't even come in for support. He's throwing in the reload. It's my on the site trying to defend. But he goes down straight away. And EPG just storming over the same bomb site. Bomb will be going down. Fanat Rocker responds to the USP headshot. But still it's a 3v3. These T's all have armour. But luckily, for the CT side, we do have a kit left in play. Nice shot from Undu. Molotov forcing out one player towards the back of the site, but he goes big. It's going to be Elan. Takes both headshots, and now EPG should pick up the round. Great round from Elan. Finds 4 kills, all headshots with that Glock there. And that'll close things out now in favour of the T side. First round in their hands. And for Space Jam, we're expecting a force here, obviously, as you typically do on the CT side second round after losing that pistol. So, a couple of Deagles, a couple of CZs, a Scout and Fanat Rocker as you expect. And EPG, not many rifles to play with. This could be something that could potentially come back to haunt them. We've got Hooch there in middle. Nice boost early on. They won't expect it. And Kree gets tagged down quite heavily. Down to 35, but there's still plenty of players in middle. Hooch going to be holding it. Spots it. More damage, but he can't find the kill. There it is. But he gets dinked in the process. That's dangerous. Already tagged down low. Should probably throw that gun over to someone else. Can be a little more useful, and yeah, he will swap it with Space. Now he's on like a little boost up into middle as well, but they need to check the close angles because we've still got El Patron here. Going to be sparing away, but it's going to be Elian who takes him down. Now EPG, 2-man advantage. Yes, they have 2 low players, but they should just be able to outnumber the opponents and walk onto a bomb site. It will be A where they're heading, but Space Jam are taking a risk. We're going for this B stack. It's not going to work out for them though. No one here. Space trying to put down some damage in middle. Doesn't want to go down to the Scout though. We'll just hold on to the vents. Disallow any kind of rotations back in through either B or from middle. But they still have to care about highway because obviously while he is covering off the mid rotation, he hasn't got Fanat's position who could just push through connector and go up highway. That being said, Space Jam just saving, holding on to their guns for another round. And EPG not in a position where they need to chase down players either. They can just hold on to their weapons, get a flawless round guaranteed, don't take any risks. Allow Space Jam to have another crack with these pistols, with this armour. But realistically, considering Kree and El Patron won't be buying up again next round, this should just be another round going the way of EPG. It should be a 3-0 unless we see something crazy come out from the few players that did save some weaponry and some armour. But a nice round from EPG, flawless. All guns saved. So money starting to build up already here for the T side. The SMGs are definitely going to help that. While they weren't the ones that actually got the kills in the previous round, it was the Galils that did the damage. It's still got to be good enough. Obviously, like we said, 5 players definitely helps. Space Jam obviously holding on to what little they have. Going to be setting up for a bit of a heavy mid play. 2 players in that position, Kree and Fanat, but it's going to be A where EPG are rushing. Only 1 player. Armoured, but he can't get a thing done. Damage onto Space, and it won't be enough as he goes down. Now the rotation's coming in while Fanat will land a nice shot. It's going to be the Mac 10 that reigns supreme. Another shot for Space. 2 kills so far, and so much utility on this EPG side. They can simply just hold out Space Jam with Molotovs. The time they'll have left is going to be impossible to win, considering they don't have kits to play with here on the CT side, so EPG seemingly getting himself another round. Nice shot from angle. 2 left. It's just them being hunted. Kree's got a Scout. They know he's there. Make some money. Chase him with the UMP. Good round for EPG. But buy is through. We have M4s now in the hands of Space Jam. Only 1 kit, which could be a limiting factor, but utility is still good. plenty of smokes to play with. Maybe not as much, at least in Molotovs and even flashbangs to some extent, but they can at least hold off EPG for those early rushes. Nothing can come through as they throw down the smokes at the start of the round. Deny any presence here for EPG, although I say that Space is pushing round and through them. He's already up into the checkers. El Patron's here, but he's got support. Nice shot from Space. No way he can follow up. He doesn't. Undo trades, but still, it doesn't matter because that's a massive kill considering he only had a Mach 10 to work with. Now EPG still running the bonus, still with the UMP on Nickelback and the Galil on Hooch. They are going to be setting their sights on the A-bomb site. It's only Itzmai to hold things off at the back of quad. Playing towards MBK. Peeks out on the fence, but he won't connect anything. It's going to be YR to take him down. Nice shot. EPG already in a good position here, and YR going for more. He's going to get taken down. Maybe a bit too overconfident there with that peak. Leaves now just 2. Elian can hold the cross with the AWP as Hooch tries to go for the bomb plant. But it's still a man down, so Space Jam can just play the numbers game. Bomb down. Elian just holding. Needs to hit the shot. Does. Great one as well. Now it's equalised. Still a smoke left on Hooch, and he'll use that. As now Elian looks in for more. He misses. He hits the third. Great shot through the wall. And the no-scope. Elian. This man is popping off a 4k in the pistol round, a 3k in the first buy round, and he makes it work. 4 rounds here now for the EPG side. A great start here to the T side of this map as well. And picking up that first buy and keeping 2 players alive means that now, again, they not only build up money, but break Space Jams. We're going to have to see an eco here from the CT side, which just allows a 5-0 for EPG before we even see guns back in the hands of these CTs. But when they have the guns back in their hands, they'll be good guns. We'll have that potential for AWP. We'll have more Molotovs and proper utility with even kits on these CT players. But obviously that was something they were slightly lacking in the previous round. I feel like Molotovs probably could have stopped that A-rush, or at least made it a bit easier for the CTs to pick it up. But either way, let's stick on this round as we see some aggression out through B. Undo's going to get caught from the AWP of Elian. Nickelback holding on to the main push. More damage done, but he gets tagged in the process as well. It's a Mach 10 from Spaze. Traded, but again, found that's only 9 HP, so he can't really get anything done despite that. As YR pushes in as well. It's the B site under control here for EPG. They lose a couple of players here and there. But they shouldn't lose any more, even with these guys tagged up. It's going to be Fanat alone. No reason to save here. He's got armor, but he may as well at the very least, go for exits. Try and get an AK. Try and upgrade that Mach 10. I guess he could make the justification that he wants to bring the armor and the Molotov into the next round, which would bolster the buy. But at this point, with the damage that's been done with the dinks that we've seen from Space Jam, I would, you know, in this situation, actually prefer if he held for exits. And while EPG, I'm sure, will exit together, he could potentially get 1, maybe 2. And the damage he gets there into the economy of EPG is far more important than the amount of weaponry he saves, because they're not going to take the Mach 10 into the next round. They'll take the CZ, but that'll be a secondary. The armor's useful, and so is the Molotov. But at the end of the day, I don't know, could have got a kill or 2 there with a Mach 10. He goes to the safe option, though. And 5 rounds for EPG. Found out upgrading that to an AWP, and here's where we see the buy. Good Molotovs as well. That's a lot. Undo, Cree, El Patron, obviously that's saved from Fanat. The only issue is no kits. Only 2. Not a lot to work with. These 2 players have got to be split up now. 1 per site. Although we have seen Cree play a little bit of support down middle. Usually down the highway though, so he can easily essentially play the A-bomb site from that position. He'll go there again, alone in middle this time. Bit of support from Itzmai, but yeah, both players on the A-bomb site right now, so that leaves it a little bit awkward if those kits get dropped. Oh, we'll see it when we get to it. Elian. Nice shot to open things up again. Using the AWP out through the door, catches out Cree in middle, and EPG already off to a cracking start. No response from Space Jam. They smoke it off. They don't even try and trade his kill. They need to find a refrag somewhere else on the map, and YR may be an opportunity for that, but he just pushes up through middle, takes the kill. Needs to hold his back line as well, because Undo is walking on out, and he'll spot him. Nice shot. Back into a 3-on-3, and they still haven't cleared out this corner. They don't know Itzmai's up here, so Nickelback runs out with no expectation, goes down as well. Orp not able to trade, but Hooch will. Good shot with the AK-47, leaves just Undo on the site, but they won't expect this. He has a bomb in his hands, and he'll get sprayed away. Nice shot. Undo follows up. 2 kills. And Space Jam pick up their round. A massive mistake for Hooch to make. Of all people, you wouldn't have thought he would be going for those kind of crazy plays. Running out with a bomb in his hand. You hate to see it. But it's not all gloomy days for EPG. If they pick up this next round, they will be able to reset the economy of Space Jam and put them back into an eco. Or at least a force. That's going to be their aim here. Goodbye across the board. And Space Jam in a similar situation as well. We got 3 players up to A. But again, Kree supporting the highway from middle. He's got to be aware at this time of the AWP. Something that was dangerous in the previous round. He actually got taken down early on. But this time it's Nickelback going into Squeaky. So it's not as much as a danger. And he's playing very passive. Just kind of holding this default. Letting Space Jam get aggressive if they want to. And that's exactly what EPG is doing. Look at YR as well. He just sits in main. Not actually committing to anything. Just trying to bait. Hooch out in middle. Damage done. As the main players coming down towards mid, we've got a couple of players trying to split out there. This will eventually culminate in EPG taking main and Squeaky. So they start pushing deep. YR clears the lockers. Nickelback's already down at the end as well. And EPG set up for what I would assume to be an A play, but it looks like a fake at this point now because the players are pushed in through vents. They need to grab the bomb, but that's YR's role. We've got Hooch coming in through the vents to split into checkers, but there's no one there. And now I think the CTs have realised this could be a B play. Kree needs to be aware he can rotate. Undo is now alone on B. First entry comes in. He doesn't hit a thing, and Space will take him down. It's a massive shot to miss, as now EPG have opened up this B bomb site. This is the reset we talked about. 3 players left. If they can hold on to all 3 guns, they can go for the buy next round. But they need to have 3, and that's not going to help. It's my dead. As Kree and Fanat are the last 2 alive, it's EPG to find himself a 6th. I think if we see 2 saved guns, we'll still see Space Jam buy up. But it definitely won't be a good buy by any means. And again, they need to save 2 now. Although Fanat is in a dangerous position. There's already players in main and Squeaky. Oh, Hooch. Nice shot, but he needs to be aware. Squeaky door opened. How did he not see it? Nickelback just walks through and shoots him in the face. And now there's no way Space Jam can buy into this one. I mean, they may as well because they've been reset. So we might see a force, but they won't have rifles by any means. Only this one on Kree. Yeah, this is the buy. We have the saved M4, 4 pistols, El Patron saving for the AWP potentially. It's got a kit to play with at least. That's something I like to see as well. We don't see many kits onto ecos, and typically when you have a crazy upset and you pick up a round, or almost pick up a round with pistols, it's typically the bomb plant that lets you down and the lack of defuse kit. So it's nice to see that be brought into an eco, but already off to a bad start. It's my dead in main. Nickelback's pushing to Squeaky again. EPG is set up. Just holding for this aggression from the CT side. The aggression it was so likely to see with this kind of investment. When you put in pistols, you want to get up close. Although I say that, we have 2 deagles, which are more kind of holding more useful for holding angles and getting aggressive. CZs are where you really want to get yourself into a deep spot. Maybe push into main, pop flash yourself up in Squeaky, something like that. But either way, let's see if these deagles can defend the A-bomb site. We have got 3 players here, so they have potential. So they start to push on through. Fanat moving to the position that was once Molly, the forklift. They need to be aware that he could be here, but they don't check it. Doesn't matter. He misses a shot. YR finds a kill, and Nickelback opens up as well. They know there's one more in the site, and Kree will be dispatched. So Space Jam wiped clean on that A-bomb site, and while a deagle kill will come in into middle as Undo grabs himself an AK, EPG have still found themselves 7 rounds, so only a singular death in that one. So not a whole lot that Space Jam have shown so far, but they haven't had a lot of buys to play with. We've seen 2. Or 3, sorry, actually. And only one of them working. Their first buy we can excuse because they didn't have any utility or really weaponry. They didn't have that AWP in play. So fair enough they lost that because EPG kind of just out-naded them. But, oh, that's awkward. Oh, that's really awkward. Oh, God, okay, that's alright. YR saves the AWP on Alien, who's been very effective as well, 11 and 2 currently. But yeah, the first buy we can excuse. The second buy, they obviously picked up, and then the third buy is when they lost. And that started the reset that we are currently seeing. The second eco coming in for Space Jam, or the second pistol round at least. We saw the force, now we see the full eco pretty much. Light investment, and then next round they'll be up with the buy with the loss bonus. So, EPG Switching up the pace, it seems, charging into B, and that's a good call to make because there's no one here for Space Jam. These kind of setups are not very common here. When you know you're up against pistols, you don't typically want to just go for a B charge because obviously Space Jam can play so many close angles and checkers, up around the corner of this smoke, just in the sight of itself. So to see EPG just kind of walk into B is dangerous. They could just hold a default, play it safe and trade effectively, and they could probably just get the round for free. But luckily for them, the risk is not as much as a reward because they've got themselves the free bomb site. No one here on defense for Space Jam. Undo's rotated in through the CT spawn, but he's not in a position to get anything done. Smoke is down. EPG are holding onto the site. And Space Jam, I like what they're doing here. They're not rushing into the bomb site. They're holding for exit. So what this means is they're just sitting outside of the bomb site. They know eventually the EPG will have to hold onto their AKs and leave B. So as a result, Space Jam are going to try and just hold close corners to the PT-50s and CZs. And when they walk around the corner, we'll see them try and grab guns off of these T players. Again, it's very difficult when you've got so many grouped up together and trades being so simple for EPG, but we'll see if these pistols can get anything done. All depends on where they exit specifically, but they're walking into the majority of the firing line. Nice first start from YR. Takes down Fanat, but this bomb's going to kill him from here. He needs to realise that. I don't know what EPG are doing. They must have been aware that Space Jam are holding for exits, but that was a guaranteed death there. Maybe they were just playing off the back of, I'd rather a guaranteed death than to give my gun over to, you know, the other players. That makes some sense, but yeah, not great to lose players in that kind of way. Still though, that is probably just the strong call from Hooch, telling them not to leave the area because they would have known they would go down to the bomb there. That's very close. The wall separating them isn't very thick, and Elian again in middle, starting things off with the AWP. Can't continue. El Patron shuts him down, but it doesn't matter because look at Space Jam's weaponry and utility. This is dreadful. We've got the AWP up on El Patron, taken from the body of Fat, but only one smoke and a decoy is all Space Jam have for utility. Luckily, Patron will be hitting his shots though. Takes himself a second, drops YR, but there's no need for aggression here. It's my ballsy. It will pay off. He snuck into the back line. He's got himself information. Nickelback's fallen back towards B. So this can cause a pre-rotation. They can move players towards this B site knowing what's going on. Undo defends with a single kill. And a trade is going to be good for EPG, but better for Space Jam because they've still got the man advantage up. Issue is, again, we come back to no kits and utility for the retake. And I know I'm not being too useful in this position either. Space Jam starting to come in. Need to do this all together. Need to synchronise. If they can just find their kills and trade effectively, this should be their round. Spade's on the site, trying to find himself a pick because he needs to turn this into a 2v2. So he has to peek here. He can't afford to hold passively. Peeks out aggressively. There's the first. Support coming in from the back, and Nickelback will land it. Now it's all on to El Patron. May as well just run for the hills because the round is over, my friend. There's just no time. It's EPG's 9th on the board here on this T side. An extremely dominant start to this map. And Space Jam having nothing to say about it as well. It seems like on their buys with utility they get a lot more done, but these constant buys with just 1 or 2 smokes across a team is not enough. Even if those players got the kills into the site and killed Space and Nickelback, there's no guarantee they would have had time to defuse a bomb either. But look at that scoreboard. 12 and 3 for Elian, 3 and 5 for Hooch, yet they're still 9-1 up. Hooch doesn't need to frag, it's all Elian's job today. Space Jam not buying around the AWP, just putting pistols and armour together. That means if El Patron goes down here, they can throw over the AWP to any of these players and still be fully effective. As effective as he is. I'd like to see it in the hands of Fanat back. Both these players like to pick up that AWP for their team. EPG setting up outside of A. Only one player holding the B push. There's going to be 2 close players on this bomb site. El Patron has to go big. They've mollied it, but they've actually missed the corner. He stayed alive. They won't check this, surely, but they do. He still hits a kill regardless. Takes down YR, and only 1 trade has come through so far for the T side. This is so much work done by Space Jam, and carried on as well. Another kill from Patron. He will eventually be silenced, forced back towards the quad. Doesn't have to re-peek, but he will anyway, and El Patron makes it work. Doesn't need teamwork, just needs an AWP. 3 kills for him, a couple for Itzmai, and it's going to be a clean round for Space Jam. 3 alive, picking up the eco. What great work. EPG back up on the buy still. Obviously, we know they've got money. I mean, look at the scoreline. That will give it all away for you. But the double AWP is in for Space Jam. That could be something that could catch off these T's here. Maybe not expecting it. Nice damage through the wall. That will distract Creed for the time being. But no kill. Alien can't get that shot off with the AWP. The smoke's down and... oh, more damage through smoke. Hooch. He's not playing games here. He's really doing damage, and this is really good as well, because this just makes these players more susceptible to the AWP. If Alien hits a leg shot, if he gets, you know, a wall bang, he's still going to get the kill, but it doesn't matter because he never misses anyway. Takes a shot onto Itzmai, opens up the A bomb site, removes one of the 2 AWPers from the team. Now EPG left to retake with an AWP. Fana is still on B. He hasn't rotated yet because they haven't seen the bomb. Although he'll finally just pre-rotate. He'll just go for the stack. Space Jam taking a big risk in doing so, but it could pay off massively. The issue is EPG are yet to commit. They've still got players coming up through middle. And when they make their way up, that's when we'll see this push. There's the entry. Spazer found the kill to Kree. 2 more left on the site to defend. And Undo, they don't check the corner. He gets 1. Still 1 more on the site to defend, though. YR finds him. Turns back around, but it's team damage. Doesn't need to be worried. They've spotted the last player. Nice molly hooch. Either way, it's Fana alone. Spotted. And they know he's in the connector. There's no reason for them to be losing this round. And he is just getting whittled down bit by bit. Tagged up. Nice shot. But... This is a lost round. This is just damage at this point. Oh, he could have shot. If only. EPG. What can you say about the scoreline? Well, I definitely say this game is favoured in their hands. I did not ever think this kind of scoreline would come through. A 9-2. Now to a 10-2. Fana holding on. Still, Hooch not checking the corner. That's another death. I mean, it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things too much because EPG are going to have money, but they haven't really built up a bank because Space Jam keep kind of whittling in. And while obviously you can still see 6 to 8k, you know, all it's going to take is 1 or 2 rounds in a row for Space Jam to force EPG to eco, or at least a force. So got to be careful with that chasing Hooch. Either way, it's another round, and even if Space Jam picked up the next 3, it wouldn't matter. EPG have already done their job. They've already got their T side on lockdown. Everything else on top is just gravy. So now they set up again outside of B. Last time we saw this was Antico. This time, only 1 player on B as opposed to none. Undo. Sits alone. He's got to defend this against the wrath of T-side players. All of them about to walk in. That nade could be perfect though. Although it doesn't do as much as I would have hoped. Now they burst through. Flash through. Undo has to go big. There's the first. Been spotted though. Now they can start chasing him down. He goes in for more, but Space trades. And now we see it back into a 4-on-4. Space going hungry as well, but Fanat whips out the pistol and whips him down. It's a 4-on-3. Space Jam taking back the lead. But again, we've seen EPG win situations far worse than this. I'm not worried just yet. They've got so much utility, and they're even catching rotations. Elian drops Itzmai, but Patron gets himself back in the site and drops on through heaven. Now Elian has to go big. Hooch hits a shot. He needs to go for more, though, because a bomb is not planted for this position. It's in the corner as Elian steps up again, defends Hooch, flash through, but Fanat, I don't see him doing this. 14 HP and AWP already looking to save, but Elian will not allow that, although he misses a shot. Team Flash actually catches him off guard. He doesn't take the kill through the wall, very close. Fanat gets away with a gun for the time being, but it's EPG again to find 11, and this is something that I talk about. You can be getting all the damage you want, you can be saving all the weapons you want, you can have, you know, good weaponry, good utility, good economy even. But if you're not winning rounds, it doesn't matter. The Space Jam don't even have good economy, so it doesn't. It's really, they've got nothing going for them right now. They got the AWP. That's it. Nade into middle. Won't catch a thing. EPG. Barely tagged. It's going to be Elian just put down to 89, but that's not really a worry. This time Space Jam with a good setup though. They have 3 players on A. This aggression from Itzmai could catch off someone with a CZ75, but the issue is they don't really have a lot of weaponry. That's going to be the main thing holding them back. Kree. Oh, there's a flash. Oh, no, it's not like this. He misses his shot. Hooch takes him down, and now 2 players standing tall on the A-bomb site. Good shot from Kree. Good follow-up as well. He's already done damage onto YR, so realistically, he could hold onto this bomb site alone, but he doesn't need to do. As Undo comes in for support, we'll find YR. Now it's going to look better for Space Jam. They've got themselves the double-man advantage, but Hooch pulls it back. One more found. Smoke down. And this smoke's great as well because there's so many guns dropped in the site. The Space Jam can now use the time they have to go grab these weapons. Look at Patron. He gets himself an AK. Kree can move into the site if he wants to grab himself one as well. But he plays it safe. He's already done work with the Deagle. Maybe looking to continue that. As they set up in main, they're still committing to A dangerous feat. Good damage as well. This is going to be hard for them to get back into the site. I'm surely Kree will win this, but he gets mollied. That's not good. They won't check Squeaky though, surely. Patron has a cross. And while the door's open, they might not expect this, giving him a great chance to shut down both players. They're both tagged heavily. They're both in the red zone. So Patron could just wait, hold a very passive angle, try and catch Hooch going for the bomb plant. He does. Wall bang in. And he doesn't need to re-peek as well. Time is already low. Elian's fighting against the odds. He has to go for this. There's no reason to save. 15 seconds left. As soon as he plants, Patron's going to chase him through the smoke. I can bet you. Fake plant. Will commit the second time. No, he fakes again. He's still not planted. He's running out of time. He needs to commit to it, and he's already realised he's out. He can't win this round. Got to run away. And I mean, at one point, it looked like Space Jam would allow him to plant there. They weren't running through the smoke. They weren't even chasing when he went for the second fake. So, I don't know. I feel like he could have won that round. He could have got the bomb plant. They could have gone for the 1v1. But unfortunately, overestimating the aggression from Space Jam does work out for the CTs, and they pick up the eco or the force. However, there's one round left the half for them to pick up, and if they don't find it, things will be looking even more dim going into that second half. Already Hooch fast into middle, playing off the spawn. No one's crossed towards highway, but he's spotted Undo. Only an M4. No support from that AWP, but Hooch, great shot. Taps onto Undo. EPG lost the first man. They've got players up in main to try and contest, as a refrag is going to be necessary here. But no options. Flash into middle will allow Itzmai to peek with the help from El Patron, but EPG are not playing mid at all. Itzmai. Oh, they line up! That's massive! 2 kills. Bomb dropped as well. Space Jam take their man advantage. YR will pull things back on A, but it doesn't matter because they've lost the bomb. These teams can have all the map control they want. It's not going to work out for them. Nickelback. Nice one shot. But already Space Jam have gone, nope, we don't want to fight this. You can have the A bomb site. We don't care. We've got your bomb. You can't win the round without this. So now EPG need to do wrap back round. And they're coming from different positions, which makes things harder as well. Fanat shuts down Nickelback from the spawn, and YR is alone, but they know where he is. They saw him last here, in middle. So him walking onto the bomb is going to be easier said than done, although no one's actually holding onto it directly. Fanat will start to move in with the AWP. Pistol in hand now. But hey, with him having the AWP, he's just got to miss only one shot, and then YR gets a free kill. We'll hear the zoom as well. Spots a barrel of the rifle. Oh, no, this is so clever. He lets him walk past. He doesn't need to go for this kill. Finally will, and grabs a bomb as well. Away from Patron. He'll get away. As he runs up towards B, Patron still has a quick rotation into the site, but he won't be able to stop the plant, even with his knife out. Has to sneak this one. Allows YR to plant open. Patron. This could be good. Although YR sticks to the site. Doesn't cross towards CT. He doesn't know where this last player is. So he just sits towards the back. But again, HP advantage in favour of Patron as he starts to walk out onto the site. YR just playing safe, holding the headshot angle. But again, he could be wrapped from the back and he needs to realise that. Does check around the corner, but Patron won't see it. Now he's making footsteps. YR knows exactly what's going on. He can just play with his food. And he does, but Patron still hits a shot. Does he have time? I don't think he does. Oh, it's going to be close. Oh. In the nick of time. Space Jam will pick up the round. The 10-second defuse working out for the CT side. And they get 4 rounds. A little more respectable considering the 9-1 start we had for EPG. But again, they need a lot more than that to carry on into the second half. Pistol is going to be a necessity at this point here for Space Jam as they move over to the T side. We'll just be waiting for the players to ready up and we'll be back in. And here we go. Back into the second half, ladies and gentlemen, to see if Space Jam can perform the comeback. They're going to need a hell of a lot of rounds here on the T side to even get close to EPG's score. But they're going to give it their best shot. Let's see what they have on the pistol round. Who's going for utility? Where's it going? If any. Patron has to buy it up, and he typically does for the team, so that's something. Smoke double flash. EPG full armor, so no kits. And Space Jam just looking like they want to go for the fast B. This could be dangerous because EPG are going to be set up for the retake. Only one player on defense. Space has to hit his shot. He gets a tag, but that's not enough. Finally, first kill comes through, but it allows a trade. Doesn't matter. EPG can be happy with that. But again, this is going to be so hard without a kit. They need to try and do something else. Get a pick. Stop the bomb crossing. Anything, but it's already down. And this, I mean, honestly, I don't want to call it when we're in a 4v4, but this could be the round over unless CTs get into the site quickly, because they're already losing another player. The lack of kits just makes B so hard to retake. YR, another kill pulling back in through the vents. So 3v3, Kree spots across, gets himself another, and then flying in for the heavens, but they won't check the corner. Elian dead. And now YR completely alone, can just be flashed out, and that is going to blind him. El Patron, great shot and great round. Space Jam, 5 here on the T side. They can start to pull things back here. But EPG have a couple of buys up. Or the option of a force. And then the single eco. Honestly, I feel like with the way that Hooch plays, I wouldn't be surprised if they just kind of went for the half buy here and got a deagle each. That's something that we see a lot of teams do. It's kind of it goes up and down in usage. With the before the pistols were nerfed, we saw it a lot. And now when the CZs become a lot more popular once again, we actually see it far less. We see people buy up fully, but no, in this time we have a mix. So we have Elliot and Hooch holding on to just a deagle, saving some money, and everyone else they force things up. So I like the kind of mix, but I'm a big fan, especially on cash, of just getting deagles in. You don't need armor. It means you can play 2 rounds of deagles, or just 1 round, and then eco the next and have a lot of utility going into their buy. Because if we remember back to the first half, that's where Space Jam struggled. When they had their first buy up, they had no utility to play with. So if EPG kind of just eco a little bit into this round and then, you know, full eco next, they can buy up properly. And at least Elian and Hooch will be able to, assuming they don't reinvest into deals next round. But B is a site in question. Space Jam dropping in through the vents. Patron opening things up, but there's 2 more left on the site to clear, and they're going to get tagged bit by bit, whittled away. It doesn't matter. Patron still hits a shot, and they'll just be running over the site. So many rifles to play with. It's so hard to counter when you're EPG. And now that they know what the buy is from Space Jam, now that they know they have a lot of rifles in play, I just want them to, you know, full eco the next. I don't want to see Hooch and Elian reinvest. I don't want to see deagles back in their hands. It's too much of a risk. Let them hold on to their rifles, let them get another free round, and then APG can just go for the utility, get a proper buy-in, get that AWP rocking as well on Elian. And that's when they can just close out this game. But we will see. Okay, lots of players in B, all 5. EPG, I like this. It's going to be a 1v5 essentially. How much can It's My do? 2 kills and they get traded. So that's good. A good sack for EPG. They had no investment and they get a Galil out of it. That's positive. The issue is it's not an AK, so saving is going to be more unlikely. I wouldn't even be surprised if Elian just looks for a little bit more, tries to get an AK, or just tries to do damage here, because a Galil, I don't know, considering they're going to have good money into next round, you don't typically want to be playing with a Galil. It will allow more utility, it will allow maybe an AWP drop, but a Galil is not what you want to bring up against AKs. Knowing that Space Jam will have a full buy next round, they're definitely going to upgrade this Mac 10 on Patron. No way they stay with that. Oh, hit it. Hit it. I believe. Elian should be supporting this guy. Should get a kill here. They don't expect him close, but I don't know. While his teammate was being baited really hard by Undo, he could have just peeked out and got that kill, but whatever. 2 kills. That's all they find. That's enough with 0 investment. Space Jam now should be upgrading this Mac 10. Please don't stick with the Patron. Not what I want to see right now. I want to see full AKs. Good, he does. It's not worth it. Not when you're already down 4 rounds. And this half is so dependent on this first buy. If EPG can pick this up, who knows where this is going to go. If Space Jam take it, then suddenly the comeback's looking far more realistic. But I'm not convinced until they win the first buy. I want to see what their T-sides are like up against proper rifles. As EPG, AWP up on Alien. Everyone else on the rifles. But again, same issue Space Jam had. Utility. And while we'll have Hooch on a kit and Alien on an AWP, that's just a byproduct of them actually not fully investing into the second round and not buying armor. So a slight benefit from it, but it shows that if everyone did it, we'd have a far better buy. Oh, nice. Nickelback. Boosted events. Takes the first kill. Takes down Itzmai, but it's fan out to trade with the AWP. So Space Jam still pulling it back. However, it's important that EPG get man advantage in this. It's important they get another kill, so we might see some aggression because obviously the lack of utility going to mean that kills are even more important than anything else. Well, that is unfortunate. A nade and a shot onto Nickelback. That will potentially open up the B bomb site, and that will make it look a lot more tasty for Space Jam as they start to set up side with the bomb. Look at the rotation though. EPG no. Now that with the loss of a player on B, Space Jam are likely just going to charge into here. But already the rotations are full in effect. We've got one coming in through middle. We've got 2 on the site. But as I say that, Alien backs off. That's the worst timing possible because Space Jam are about to completely run wild and run rampant over B. Alien needs to allow that rotation. He needs to come in quickly. The rifle's been spotted for YR as well. Nice kill, 3v3. Now making it easier, and Space as well on the site does damage. Alien's rotated in time, and there's no time to go A. Space Jam have to commit to the B bomb site here, but they don't realise that there's a flank coming in from YR. He's now wrapped back around towards events, and he gets another. Space at the back, peeks out for more, and there's a round for EPG. We said it was going to happen. If they pick this one up, this is going to be a scary, scary game for Space Jam. A great round as well for EPG, given the odds. We saw that 5-on-4 taken, immediately traded by Fanat. And Space Jam with a 4-on-3 walking into B, yet still losing the round. That is so unfortunate. But it just shows how well EPG are communicating. They know exactly what's going on. They know when to adjust their positioning. The rotation from Alien was fast, and Space kind of just bided his time on the B site. Just a really, really good round for the Russians. Now we need to see more. We can't allow this reset. Space Jam are still on the buy-in. That's a great way to kick things off. YR in main. First kill onto Itzmai again. The same man to go down. The start of the round. Now Space Jam already fighting an uphill battle. Got to try and pull things back. It's going to be EPG. Still continuing with a fair bit of aggression. Not even aggression, just information playing. YR, I say that. This is aggression. Now he's pushed up. Dangerous. And he might get spotted. Oh, nice gap in the smoke for Patron. Not a mistake you can afford to make if you're EPG. On the edge of a reset as well. No need to get aggressive. If you have a 5-on-4, play the trade game. Just play things safe. Or if you're going to get aggressive, send 2 men in. At least you can trade that out if one dies. But that's a very important kill. Alien drops the AWP player. Still, Patron could take that gun off of the body, and I expect he may. Actually, no, just backing out of main. Refocusing maybe on B. It's going to depend whether Ungu can get his entry, and he does. Again, the trades on Space Jam seem to be good, but it's just coming down to individual battles, not team play. As now they send their next 2 players to go join. Again, it's EPG with these perfect rotations. One player on the site catches out Undu. He'll spot more as well. Almost gets a second, but he gets taken down. Damage, however, done. Inflicted a hell of a lot, and that will mean Hooch can wrap up that kill. A 1v1 taken as Kree drops the flanker. But he's low. Alien needs to know that. He needs to pull out that USP in hand so he can just play fast. Runs into the site. Pistol and a headshot. Doesn't even need the AWP. It's an EPG to find themselves another. And don't allow the reset. As close as that came, even though Space Jam got 4 kills, it doesn't matter. Because again, we talked about it first half. It's the rounds that matter, and they have not got enough. 13-7. Bomb plant going to give a bit of extra money, combined with a 2k loss bonus. And they going to buy here? Ooh. No, 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 no. I do not like this buy at all here from Space Jam. This should be an eco. This definitely should be an eco. 2 Deagles, 2 AKs, and a UMP. The reason they're going for the buy is they don't want EPG to find 14 and get ever close to that map point. But this is not a good buy by any means, although if they go for the fast burst A play with no defense on A, this could be good. The issue is EPG setup for retake means that they don't even have to control the site. These UMPs and Deagles aren't going to be the best for post plant, better for entrying. But as I said, that EPG actually moved their players into the bomb site, so they're committing to the defense here, not even playing for retake. Undo finds a pick down B, and maybe that'll force the A rotation. It actually moves a player off of middle. So now that means YR is alone. He's got to stop watching the boost, got to watch his back, because he hasn't got support from Space, who's now taking the position of Elian on B. A pause called of EPG. I can imagine a tech here, not attack. There's no reason to call attack, because they can still win this round. If they win it, they won't need attack, because Space Jam will be on the eco. Which is the biggest mistake of this buy, because EPG will be at 14, and then Space Jam will eco for 15. We'll have to force again, I assume. Either way, flash into middle. One close player, YR still there with the UMP. He's got to go big. He's flashed himself out, though. They know he's in the close corner. They're going to push him. Good timing from Fan Out on the peak, and he gets away with it despite being flashed. Space Jam taking a 5-on-3. EPG have won these before, but this one's looking very, very dire. Space has Yorp now on B, and it's going to be the fast A play that works out. El Patron, nice kill to Hooch. Whiffs a spray, leaves Nickelback alone. He gets one, drops a bomb, but it's not A enough. Fan comes in from the back lines, and he has been circled. He's been hunted to death. And Space, alone with the orb, isn't going to be able to connect the shot. Cleaned up as well. So money farmed up from Fan with that UMP, most importantly. And Space Jam with an 8th, but a pause called in from EPG. So it was attack. They called attack mid-round. Maybe there was a real problem with the setup they wanted to fix mid-round. They didn't have time to play with. I'm not sure. That's a surprise to see the pause come out mid-round. You never usually see that unless it's like a clutching player, for example. You know the round's lost. Because they were in a 4v5. They easily could have won that round. Especially considering they had better weaponry. And that force works its wonders. Well, let's see what this force can do from EPG. They've put in money, all of it as well, but already losing players in middle. Cree and Patron, great entries, but the damage is done. Patron on 2, it's my on 40. But it's not enough because there's been not a single trade from EPG. They double rotate, but flash in. That's going to be an issue. Shot not hitting with the P250 as well. Got to be up close, and it does work. Hooch and YR grab a kill each, and that's massive because now they can upgrade to AKs, and Patron's still stuck here in middle. Not enough health to work with as well. They chase him down. Good stuff from EPG. Only Elian now alone on B, and they're walking in. He knows it. Going to get some damage off. Whittling down again. This is so important. On these eco rounds, it's so good. If you just get a bit of damage off, get one shot with the P250, get a scout leg. Oh, Elian. 30. But if you just get a bit of damage off on these ecos each, like if each of you get a couple of shots onto a player, it's just whittling down at them, and it makes them so weak. And it makes pistols even more effective, because obviously not only can you run a gun with them, but also, if you're holding an angle with an AK, and a player, especially online, right, peeks you with a pistol, you're not going to win that fight. You're just not. Unless you have full HP to work with, you'll usually get dinked, and then, you know, you'll finish them off. But when you're already tagged down to 50, a CZ is just going to rain death down onto you. So EPG one by one whittling away, and they will win the round as well. So that force having great effect. 4 pistols and a scout. Great work from Elian. Good stuff in middle as well from Hooch and YR. Good combination. And that is a massive round to win, because it, again, gets a reset now down onto Space Jam. They've had a worse buy before that they won, but this time they're on 2 pistols. No Deagles, CZ and Tech 9. Strange to see the Tech 9, haven't seen that in a while. And YR already in main, spots a first, but there's way more where that came from. Still hits a spray control, and he gets away for free as well. Faking the dropout when he repeaks. Maybe a bit over aggressive, especially considering they were already down a man. So now that's going to make things 3v3. Elian spotted. Patron not going to take advantage of the fact that he just sort of heard a rotation out of middle. Doesn't matter. Hooch takes him down from the site, but there's a trade. Undo opens things up. And now Space Jam can walk out onto A. Smoke is down, but so's there, so they can cross cleanly. It's Elian coming from the back lines here, could make all the difference. Almost lines him up. I thought that would be the collateral, but he misses. Undo now lost alive as Space comes in, but he gets one kill. Drops out AWP, and Space falls back. He's just going to go for the long wrap. They've already spotted him here. He wants to come in from a different position, try and catch out Undo, but mind games are being played here. Space thinks he's on the site, and so does Undo. As he's clearing out everything, nice shot, cleans it up. And Space Jam and 9th round on the board, but back and forth as we get into the latter stages of this map. Look at that scoreboard. Dirty, dirty stuff. 4, all with different winners. CSGO dead game, I don't think that. Flashbang on YR, and again, this B stack, we've seen it have some effect before. A couple of kills in that round, I think. But one in middle, Hooch tagged, and Undo killing. Defending with this AK. But this is what I talk about. It's the pistols, it's the whittling away. You got 3 pistols spraying at you, good luck surviving that. Nickelback upgrades to the AK. It's Hooch defending the site. It's my like checks it, then looks away, and Hooch doesn't even grab the gun for some reason. So yeah, gonna go back for it though. Hopefully, yeah, it does pick it up. The issue is, while EPG have a real shot of winning this round, now they're probably just gonna save because they walked into the wrong bomb site. Free B for Space Jam. Although Space runs through the smoke. Okay, now they're definitely going to go for it. Nickelback comes in for the top, but he goes down. Now it's Hooch. 1v2. Has the bomb. 1, 2. No! Hooch. EPG pick it up. 15 rounds to 9. The amount of ridiculous rounds that these CTs are winning is stupid. That's, what, 2, 3 ecos now? 1? 1 being that full eco, and 1 being a full buy. A force buy with 4 pistols and a scout. No way Space Jam should be losing this round, and they are paying the consequences. It's 3 pistols, it's an AK, and it's a UMP. And it's not enough, ladies and gentlemen. 2 smokes, not even a flashbang. Not even a flashbang on Space Jam. This is a round for them to lose. This is EPG's chance to pick up the game here and now. Stop allowing these force buys to win on both sides and just close out when you got guns. It's my close in the smoke. Oh, he's been spotted. YR. 1 kill. Still Space Jam with 4 though. But again, the lack of utility is going to be the biggest issue here. I don't think we've seen a round with such little utility. Good shot from Patron. But even when the CTs had their buys up, both CT rounds. So both CT sides, sorry, first buy rounds. Even they have more utility than this, than just a single smoke. Or 2 at the start of the round. Contesting in middle. Nickelback and Hooch. Space Jam aren't allowed in. Smoke is still down. They're going to push after that. They've got 1 player boosted up. Oh, he drops. It's Patron to come back into main with Cree. So yeah, mid-split here. Famat trying to make his way up the highway. We're going to have Undo potentially coming through main or Squeaky. With a UMP, yeah, main makes way more sense. Squeaky's a position where you want to have an AK. Spot onto highway, for example, if you don't have that smoke on down on the cross. But it will be thrown anyway, so UMP could work in this position. Either way, YR towards the back and Undo running and gunning won't work out. 1 kill coming in for Patron and Cree follows up. So now again, it's happening. What is going on this game? Space Jam are winning ecos. It's not just EPG. It's Yorp holding down on Patron to pick it up as well. And man, this game is a game that keeps on giving. Space Jam find themselves double digits. And that's eco again from EPG. This is just ridiculous. What is going on this match? We're only in the first map of this best of 3 as well. And we've had more eco wins than buy round wins, I'm convinced. Well, full eco for EPG. They don't carry on with the force buy wars that we have been seeing. This is the last 6 rounds in a row. all been up and down. That is pretty uncommon, especially after we saw EPG get that really strong T side. You can see in the first half there, just dominant, resets every single time. And now we just see both teams winning ecos back to back 6 times. So in theory, EPG should now win this round and close out the game, but they've not put any money in, so I'm not betting on it. A PT50, a Deagle, and a Zeus. I like the bait play up in Squeaky. The issue is no one's here. Kree's holding it. But they don't know about main right now, so Itzmai's been given the option to just walk out onto the site if he wants to. Ooh. Aggro spotted. Itzmai might play off the back of that. He might push out to A and try and catch this player moving out of Squeaky, but instead he holds back. Nade. That does a hell of a lot of damage considering how far away it was. Looked like it was around the corner. YR, that's optimistic, and he gets away with it only because Itzmai turns around. If he didn't turn around, that'd be his kill. But now he knows he's there, so he can just pre-fire the corner. Itzmai, oh, he gets it, but he almost gets traded. Dinked down to 2 HP. Still, the kills are coming in for the T side at least, but it's getting damn close, and we've seen what happens when it gets close. Nickel back on the flank. If he gets his kill, I question the round, and oh no. Zeus not going to work. Damage through the wall. Nelly in 58. No way he kills him through the wall. Fanat has done 70 damage with that M4. Bomb down on B though. And Fanat just holding this last player. He knows he's in Squeaky. And here we go. Rifle gives away his position. Fanat closes it out. It's Space Jam to keep this streak going. And they may have another round for free as well, as EPG can only half buy down into this. Get some pistols and armor. Hooch could maybe buy up a rifle and, you know, just play that one catalyst. But he probably just wants to hold on for the money. For the AWP, for that utility, for that kit. $15-11. I mean, we could be seeing OT in the first map. It's realistic. It's looking good now. Fanat, great entry on B. Elian just drops onto the site and gets dropped. But again, we only have pistols for EPG, so let's not get too excited yet. Oh, that's so inaccurate at range. Nickelback, poor guy. He spots Kree, but there's no way you can hit that shot. He didn't even crouch, surprisingly. CZ is too inaccurate at that kind of distance. Spades will grab one with a CZ in a far closer position, but it's Itzmai to sneak out onto A for the free kill. Bomb down on B. Players left to retake. Spades might just hold the gun, or at least try to, but Itzmai says no, and now it's just Hooch. Nothing to hold on to. Exits at a very least. But probably death are waiting for him as he holds outside of B. Oh, there we go. Hooch is dead. Patron finds him. Space Jam, 12 rounds. And I mean, yeah, I'm convinced overtime is a huge possibility. EPG have 2 buy rounds left. 1 eco. Out of the next 3 rounds, you can have a buy here, assuming they lose it, eco, then buy on 15-14. If they don't pick up either of these buys, or the eco, obviously, it's going to be OT. So it's getting very, very close. Would not have thought this would come down to around 28 after the first half. But hey, impressive stuff nonetheless for Space Jam to bring back. Nice Molotov in deep, won't do too much. Just a nice fast squeaky presence, but no one plays off the back of it. EPG don't push anyone in. Nade from Patron. Tags YR. But a smoke down in main will delay any kind of monkey business going on here. Patron, he's not been missing these AWP shots, has he? A double AWP set up on the T side, but it works its wonders as Space Jam again open up the round with a kill. EPG. Not a lot to work with. It's Hooch caught in the A-bomb side. Does get a nice nade onto Fanat, but it's the vent play that I'm worried about. Nickelback. How does he get away with that? A free kill. And Space follows up as well, supporting into middle, not allowing that refrag to come in from Kree. Molotov will force Nickelback out of position, but he doesn't get killed. He allows to cross. But he's tagged up. Luckily, he has one teammate in B with him, but again, they have a combined HP of less than 100. It's a peek in middle that'll actually make things look good for EPG. Now I'm starting to think this could be over. A 4-on-3 was fine for Space Jam, but a 4-on-2 spells trouble. Patron. Oh, okay, that looked a bit spicy there, but he gets away with it, a bit dicey. Molotov and upper, leaves it alone to one player on the site. I think they think it's clear as well. That's an unfortunate mistake, but Patron, what was that? Finds a headshot onto Space, a double entry onto the B site right when they needed it, but the nade, it stops the plan, and with 15 seconds left, they have to now cross towards the site, but YR not going to allow him. It's going to be EPG to find the kill. Patron with a sad face in chat, I do not blame him. After a double entry and 3 kills in the round, only to lose the map. That's going to be very unfortunate. It's a great win for EPG, but at least Space Jam brought it close. However, that is not done. We have Mirage coming up next. The map picker Space Jam, and their chance for retribution to come back into this matchup is going to be after the break. So ladies